Hello.
Hello, I'm Randi and this is my partner,
Omnibot 2000.
and we have a new robot here from Playtime Productions. What do you think?
There is a cord. That's pretty lame.
Yeah, I know. But still, it adds to my collection of Playtime Production robots. And this is Steve the Butler.
That's a really dumb name.
I agree. But hey, not everything can be Tommy, so let's get started. This is...
Robot Garage.
So we have two switches here. Now you would think it would be like a tank, and you had two motors and two wheels, two sets of wheels at least, and they kind of turn back and forth. That's what you would think.
Yes, you would think.
But that's not what it is. Believe it or not, these two buttons, well, they do the exact same thing. And when you push on them now, all they do is light up.
It must be the motor.
Yeah, I know. But still, I think just push them, all they do is light up. So let's get inside this thing and get it going. So here, hand me that screwdriver. So we have 4 screws on the bottom. You can see the inside's empty except for the light. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's obviously something wrong with this motor right here. Hand me my little pick. So we have some disgusting fuzz. It looks like there's a screw here holding everything in place. 2 screws holding everything in place. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is put some power to this motor and see what happens. It looks like either side of these plates here are the leads, which is odd. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Light lights up, I can see, but no motor turning. What if I turn it myself here, see what happens? Nope. Still nothing. There it goes. There we go. Just need a little bit of help. Sounds like crap. I'm going to go ahead and desolder the motor so I can get to it easier. Looks like the only way to get this out is to pop it out. Not a big fan of popping things out, but let's see. There we go. Now I need to bend these tabs up. That. Okay, well, that's the wrong end on this one. Usually that's where the brushes are, not on this one. So, interesting little motor here. Put that back. So it must be over here. Give me a slot screwdriver. Alright, let's take this gear off. I don't think it's split, but I'll check it better here in a minute. I gotta get these open now. Well, this one's a new one on me. The brushes are on this little pole here, and there's 2 of them here and 1 of them on this side. And they're just little springs, it looks like. And I'm gonna clean that up. Okay, I'm going with a Q-tip and some alcohol. Also gonna clean these little brushes. Okay, let's see if I can get this back together. Let's put the shaft in. Okay, so it went like this. But this little piece here, this little piece is the tensioner, so I think it went just like that. And then this one on the other side, that. Then for some reason this other side has 2. I'm not really sure why that is, but I think that's it. Put this back on. Go ahead and mash these down a little bit to hold it in place so when I test it. Okay, let's put some power to this thing. Sounds good. So I can go ahead and push these tabs all the way down. The gear worked okay, but when I started messing with it, I see that it's starting to split. Might as well put another one on there. It's your typical 10-tooth gear, so I'll be replacing that. Before I solder the motor back, I'm going to take this all apart and give it a good cleaning. Give this cord a good cleaning too. And this remote. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and show you what's inside. It's not much. Here's the little levers that you can push, and all they're doing is connecting these things. I'll show you how kind of lame this is later. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. Go ahead and put it back. These two wires that are connected together get connected with one side of the light bulb, and all three of these wires get connected here. Then on the other side, the other wire, and then this wire coming from the battery compartment goes to the other side. Now go ahead and put this thing back together. This goes, see how this went around here, that to keep it from being yanked on and hurting it. This goes like that. And now I screw it back. Now to put the batteries back in. It takes 4 AA's but only uses 3 volts. I'll show you why in just a minute after I make sure this thing is working. It's working. Well, there it is. It's all finished. That was, of course, a real easy one, don't you think?
I can't believe both switches do the same thing.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense, and it is kind of lame. It has these 2 switches on here that both do the exact same thing, which I think they just put on here to make it look like it does more stuff. Because when you push one forward, it goes forward. When you push it backwards, it goes and kind of turns, and both of them do the exact same thing. So yeah, I agree, it's kind of lame.
And can short out.
But there's even something worse, is the electronics in here. It uses 4 AA batteries, but it only uses 3 volts. The way this works is kind of poorly done. So I drew out the circuit here, and if you look, when you push one of these buttons forwards or backwards, you're going to be either using these 2 batteries over here, or you're going to be using these 2 batteries over here. So at every point there are 2 batteries that are not doing anything. It's an easy way to reverse the polarity of the batteries, but still you could have done it with a double throw switch too. That would have worked too, and you wouldn't need 4 AA batteries. You would just need the 2 AA batteries. This thing also has a tray with it, which I'm not going to bother to remake.
How are you going to use it as your butler?
Well, that's why I have you for. So it still adds to my Playtime Production robot collection, and I like that. So I'm going to call it good, and I want to thank everybody for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up.
Always thank your patrons.
Agreed. These are my Patreons right here, and I want to thank them very much. If you become a Patreon, you'll be getting stuff in the mail that I make personally to thank you. So please go check that out. Link in the description below. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you want to see more of this. Thank you very much.
Again, that was.
I said that's my line. That was...
Randy's Robot Garage.
Before I solder it all back, I'm going to take... Oh shit, that's hot. Before I burn the crap out of myself, again,